So this is the FJS MK8 from ZHENDUOTOYS.com. Showed it to you in stock or factory form. Definitely a good quality blaster. Well made, metal gears, just overall a good blaster. I showed you a video too where you got to see the internals, got to see the inside of it. So I swapped the spring on this. We went to a bigger spring, and then went to a really long barrel, a 450 millimeter barrel, inner barrel there. Now, when you go to a barrel that long, it's probably a little too long technically, and you probably do lose a little bit of FPS because the cylinder just can't move enough air volume. But I've already played around with it a little bit, and we've definitely improved FPS from factory. And I wanted to go with the long inner barrel because I was making a long handguard for it. So I'm going to be happy with those results. And I showed you on the video before where I opened it up that the T-piece, it already had a metal inner barrel. And removing the T-piece from the metal inner barrel was actually super easy. I hardly had to boil that for 30 seconds, and it came right off. So I was a little worried about it because it was a unique T-piece that was different than any ones I had around. I knew I didn't have any extras, but it came off really easy. So you can see I got all my parts here. I haven't put everything together yet. Some of it shouldn't really be handled much yet. It still really needs to cure. Paints I used here, at least the green and the desert tan or khaki color, are enamel paints. They're specific camo enamel paints, and an enamel just takes longer to cure before you're putting your hands on it. It's a good idea to really give it a good, at least full 24 hours. But enamel paints are stronger then too. So there's benefits to both acrylic and enamels when you're going to spray paint. So we got a really long handguard here. So this design was a handguard that was just kind of a straight square, or you can kind of see the shape right there, handguard. And it was made for a much different blaster because it was much larger, taller, had a really big rail on top. Well, I was able to size that down to where I wanted it to be. And then I was able to go ahead and make a second piece that I cut with that front angle on it so we could have that nice angle out there. The tip of the barrel is actually going to go past that because even though this is 400, this is 450. And then I've got a cool recessed fake suppressor. So this is going to actually recess back in to there. And you can see here my threaded tip right here as well. And with all these M-lock spots on the sides, I was actually going to try something new I haven't done before. I was going to take paracord. I have a bunch of paracord, a bunch of black paracord, and do the paracord braiding throughout the side, just as something different to show. I've seen that a few times on Facebook recently. I thought it looked cool. I thought this is a perfect scenario because I have so many different places to braid the paracord through. So that'll be cool to see. So I think it'll turn out nice. All right, when it comes to some of the other accessories on here, I've got a piece like this, right? So it's kind of going through with this kind of double arrow or chevron type theme. So we've got some of those that are going to go on the top and between the rails. So like this is the top rail and this piece right here, okay? And then the bottom rail is going to go like this. And actually I forgot to grab a couple more things, but luckily they're right here. This is a cool looking piece that slides all the way up right against the magwell. So that'll be cool there. And then out front, we're going to go more with this style. So you got a nice grip out front too. Tied in a little bit of that dark brown. Obviously it's not my favorite color, but I thought it would look fine with this color scheme. So I tied that in. Do have a couple things left to paint. You can see some canted risers over here. Here's just a nice little riser that's going to just go on, right about here, probably right about here so that we can have the canted behind it. Okay, so we'll do that like that. This is just my outer barrel / stabilizer. So this will just slide on here. And it should actually pop right in like that. So that'll slide on there like that before it goes in to the handguard. And that was just an extra piece of metal that I had around. And then I have stabilizers already built in to the handguard that you can kind of see in there maybe. There you go. So that'll hold this in nice, keep it nice and straight, and it'll still look nice too, because you'll be able to see some of it through some of the M-LOK holes at least. So that's kind of the build plan. FJS, MK8, ZHENDUOTOYS, check them out. We should be getting, I think I'm about 275 FPS with this now. So that's pretty good. If I went to a standard size barrel, it'd probably be at, 300. But that's the way that this one ends up working, and I wanted to use a nice long handguard on it. So comments, questions, post them below. Let me know what you think. Of course, like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and participate in those monthly giveaways. Thanks.